Yes. Hello, welcome back to the Football Terrace. It's the FA Cup final tomorrow. Arsenal versus Chelsea. It's North versus kind of Southwest, posh London. It's going to be an interesting affair. I think it's a flip of a coin who is going to win myself. I've got my own little hunches, which we're going to go through a little bit later. I'm joined by an illustrious panel tonight. And we're keeping that true no echo chambers flavor here at the Football Terrace. Yes, we've got some Chelsea fans. Yes, we've got some Arsenal fans. But you've got me and the elite KJ as well to add a little bit of rival spice to this. And as my nan always told me, variety is the spice of life. That's why the Football Terrace is killing it at the moment. But welcome to Anita, of course, new host of that Chelsea show, which is going to be launching very, very soon. We've got David off in the house. Still hasn't cut his hair, even though barbers have been open now for a month. KJ, I mentioned. And our very own Adam Charles in the house. Guys, how you all doing?
Yo, one intro, fam. Thank you. I'm good, man.
Good. I mean, David, we need to start with this. When is the hair getting cut, bruv?
Next week. It's next week. Early next week.
Right. Honestly, you look like have you ever seen Back to the Future, Doc Brown? Like, that's coming out the sides, bro. What'd be really funny if you took your hat off and it was just bald underneath? That'd be the best. It's like, good. I mean, I'm gonna go to Adam first here. Arsenal, they're the underdogs, but it does seem to be your cup. How are you feeling right now? Are you confident about going up against Frank Lampard's Chelsea?
Confident is a little bit of an overstatement because I know this Arsenal team is capable of absolutely anything. So one person might look at that and say, yeah, that they'd be optimistic, but I'm choosing to look at the glass as half empty right now and say I'm just gonna err on the side of caution because last year I was gassed. I thought we were gonna slap Chelsea. I thought we were going to win 4-1. I didn't think Chelsea stood a chance. Sarri had a poor season. And then lo and behold, no Kante, Giroud scores a goal. We end up getting embarrassed and the banter hasn't stopped for an entire year. So I'm just going to chill. Hopefully we win. I think we can. Do I think we will, though? Probably not.
Yeah. Listen, I get that. I think this time Chelsea are not going to underestimate you like they did 2 years ago or 2017, 3 years ago in the FA Cup. Anita, I know your camera's coming on soon once you've sorted a few things out your end, but I know you're not frightened. A few people, she's frightened. No, Anita's frightened. New host of that Chelsea show as well. But I'm going to ask that. Are you worried about playing Arsenal tomorrow afternoon?
But you know what, right? Adam, move your head, firstly. Move your head. You know what? I am a bit worried, only because the only thing is because FA Cup is Arsenal's bag, innit? It's like the only trophy they can actually win in these last couple of years. So they do defend it with all their might, innit? So it might be a bit difficult. It might be a repeat of 2017. But like I keep saying, if they come with Baku energy, they're finished. Absolutely finished. And I'm going off the back that both teams have near enough the same team that they did last year when we played in the European final. We near enough have the same teams, and we came up on top. Despite everything that was going on in our squad, we came up on top. And I just don't see how we can't come up on top again, especially considering that we are in good spirits. We're doing pretty well in the league as well. We've got top 4 despite the circumstances. So yeah, honestly, I'm confident that it will probably be a 2-1. I don't think it's going to be easy, but I think we're definitely going to win.
David, I need to ask you this as a Chelsea fan. We know Arsenal have been peppered a few times this year. They've looked poor, beaten by some weak teams. But in the last few weeks of the league, they embraced properly for the first time in my lifetime, or probably since George Graham, park the bus football. And I know that the Arsenal fans are looking for the little nuances and they're kind of they're trying to spice it up to be something that it isn't. Do you get what I mean, right? That, no, our transition is so different because of these intricate 3 little differences. But no, it's park the bus football. But they have beaten some top teams like Liverpool and City by playing park the bus. Are you worried that Chelsea might get a little bit of a Man United-esque slapping earlier on in the season by them absorbing your pressure and breaking on the counter? Are you concerned with that at all? Or do you just think you're going to have too much for them? Where's your head at right now?
I think they'll think that they can get us, and they'll be a bit more exposed than they were against Liverpool and City. I mean, the Liverpool win is one of the most. I don't know how they won that game. I don't know how they managed it, but they did. So fair enough. And then City, they're genuinely good against City, so I have to give them that. But against us, they won't be as, they won't be just as, we're going to defend and then we're going to counter. I think they'll try and play a bit more expansive, and then I reckon we'll win it. I reckon we'll win it.
Confident, and I like to see some confidence there. Anita, who are the match winners for you? Who are the players that you're looking at and thinking they are going to be the boys to step up at Wembley? We know there's no Hazard anymore, who's done it before in finals. Who's going to be the boys to step up and deliver for you tomorrow?
Listen, if Pulisic knows himself, he better step up tomorrow. That's what I'm saying, because Pulisic is pretty much one of our only chances. Pulisic and Giroud, because I do talk like it's Arsenal's trophy and stuff, yeah. But really and truly, this is Giroud's bag. Like, Giroud knows, like, the FA Cup is his bag. So he also said to Chelsea players, yeah, he wants to win another FA Cup. He's on it, like. So Giroud and Pulisic, I'm expecting them to step up. I'm expecting Azpilicueta. If we're not playing a three at the back formation, I expect Azpilicueta to be whipping in the crosses of his life. Reece James whipping in the crosses of his life. Give Reece James 2 more years. Trent, come outside. Like, honestly,
Stop it.
I'm expecting Reece James, Azpi, Pulisic and Giroud to step up. And I won't even discredit Willian on this as well, because Willian, when it does come to the big games, he does turn up for us. He does. And especially when it's a London rivalry as well. Like, you always see it against Tottenham and Arsenal. So, yeah, I'm expecting them to turn up. The person I am not expecting to turn up at all, as in full stop, is Kepa Arrizabalaga. I must stress this every time I speak. I apologize. But yes, Kepa Arrizabalaga, stay at home.
Just stay away, don't get near us. Adam, let me come to you on this, mate. Chelsea fans in obviously Neitz and David seem very confident. How will you beat Chelsea tomorrow?
I think if there's one thing we've seen from Chelsea all season is that defensively they're a little bit shaky. And I think it's interesting to see what Lampard is doing in the transfer market, because most of the signings are at the top. They're still a very top-heavy team. So whether it's if Kepa's in goal, listen, shoot on sight, and let that guy score his own goal, concede stupid goals like he's been doing all season. If it's Willy Caballero, he's not. For me, he's a decent deputy, but how can he get worse than Kepa? So I think we can, smother him. He's and I think we can get on top of him that way. I think we're ultimately relying on lapses in concentration, because I do not think that besides Azpi, any of Chelsea's defenders are certified. They might be better than Arsenal.
Coming from Arsenal, man.
They might be better than Arsenal, but again, that's not much. So really and truly, I think it will be a high-scoring game. 2-1, I think, is a little bit low. Maybe not high-scoring, but it will be entertaining, and I think there'll be a lot of chances. And I think it's just about Aubameyang and Lacazette capitalizing on the chances that they get, because there will be quite a few.
I think that would be an area for me of concern if I was an Arsenal fan. We're going to go to KJ in a minute. The reason why I like getting neutrals involved in these debates is there is no emotion to an extent from a neutral. Aubameyang is an interesting player. Before we do that, please smash the like button. Everybody tuning in, really important to us that you do that. Aubameyang, he scored a lot of goals since he's been at Arsenal. And yes, I know he scored in the semi-final. And I know he scored against Man United this year. But there's still this kind of... You saw by the way Arsenal fans reacted. He does it in a big game. That he's been playing on everybody's minds, that he doesn't turn up a lot in big games. KJ, when you look at Chelsea versus Arsenal, who do you think has the better big game mentality and the better big game players?
Well, if you look at both teams, I'm just going to have to go with the record in the league, and it has to be Chelsea. Chelsea have performed better in these big games. They saw against Chelsea and Liverpool that they've done well. Against us, they didn't play particularly bad. against us in that 4-0 anyway. It was just one of those days. It was first day of the season. So now I think Chelsea have definitely got the momentum, finishing fourth. Their fans are behind them. But I don't know. There's my head saying Chelsea to win, but my gut feeling, Arsenal have the FA Cup judge. Like the Arsenal judge is just going to kick in. And now I just believe that sometimes in football, logic goes out the window. It's like derbies. It all goes out the window and judge just plays a massive part, and Arsenal got it in abundance. So reverse Baku incoming. You heard it here first, fam.
Let's just not call it judge. I don't like that. That's what I'm saying. It's the magic of the cup. That's what it is.
You have to help me. What does that word mean?
Judge.
Black
It's like
magic.
It's like black magic. Like people can say it's luck. It's like unintended. Like people say Ollie's got judged because of the COVID and that. So it's just like,
okay. I get that. I get what you mean. Do you know, I've got KJ's views on this. I keep thinking Chelsea will nick it. Chelsea will do it. But every time I say it, there's this little voice in the back of my head, just like in the background. I go, Arsenal. Just there. It won't go away. And I'm thinking, oh, could they? Either way, though, it's annoying. It's an annoying final for rivals because one of these two managers that are in their first seasons at the highest level are going to win what is, in my opinion, one of the biggest trophies in the world. So there is an element where I'm a little bit jealous. I'm thinking, like, my manager is better than both of your managers. We finished higher than
Whoa.
Hang on, who's third in the league this year?
Oh, come off it, Terry.
You see KJ's reaction? He knows he can't back you. You know what this is? This is you, small man syndrome, picking a fight with The Rock, and he's like, oh, I have to back him. He doesn't want to. I know he doesn't want to.
Listen, what I'm saying is the league is the barometer from best to worst. If we come third with the third best team, then my manager's orchestrated that. But we've proven it this week on the channel. Most people predicted us to finish. By the way, Chelsea were predicted outside the top 6 as well. You know, everyone was laughing at us, and we finished third. It's third best team in England, bruv. And if we're one of the best leagues, if we all say the Premier League's the best league in the world, we've come third in it. We're one of the best teams in Europe. Fact. I'm only messing. I really said that because I know it's going to wind some people up. Oh, taking drugs again. Everything to say, but yeah, from my point, yeah, that's lovely. And when he finishes in front of everybody again next year in the league, he's like, how are we got beat by a PE teacher? We got FA. Yeah, it's going to be a tight one. I feel like I think it was either Anita or David. One of the two said this, that if Arsenal get above themselves, you know, I've watched like previews on AFTV and other channels. If the players start believing this is our cup, the inaugural Emirates FA Cup, I think they're going to come out and try and attack Chelsea. And then, it would just be Amir Khan, like Anthony Joshua, no jaw, like, bang. You know what I mean? You know, please just take my wife back. You know what I mean? It's going to be one of them ones, right? It's going to happen. It's going to be on fire. But if Arsenal can be resolute, I know they've lost Mustafi as an example, but if Arsenal can just sit back, be negative, be boring, be the complete opposite to what Arsenal are famed for in the Premier League, they've got a genuine chance. They've got a genuine chance of beating Chelsea. But I think the opening 10 minutes is going to, if they try and attack Chelsea, Chelsea will quite literally smack Arsenal up.
Yeah,
it's either literally the only way I see this game going is that Arsenal win like 1-0 or like nick it 2-1, or Chelsea win like 4-5-0. Genuinely, that's the way I see this game going. I don't know why, but I just feel like if we get an early goal, the game's like it's over. Because one thing with our team is that if the game goes on and we're holding possession and we haven't scored, I know for a fact one cross is getting swung in and it's over. But like.
Wait, what? Adam.
No, he's not. No, he isn't.
Yeah, I've heard this a lot, but this is what people do now, right? This is what a lot of people on fan channels do. I think I've cottoned on to another process. Make these kind of predictions. If you get them right, you get to gloat. If you get them wrong, people make you go viral. Either way, as a YouTuber, you're winning. It's a great thing to do. But I love that DT has said that. And I want to ask you this question now. We'll come back to the FA Cup in a minute. Adam, honestly, next year, can you see yourselves finishing? Forget finishing in front of Man United. That shouldn't be. I thought DT, by the way, said that United aren't the benchmark. But Man United are not the benchmark for Arsenal. Can you honestly see yourselves finishing top 4 next season? Seriously.
So what? Next season, I think it's Liverpool, City, Chelsea,
Sancho.
Yeah, I think it's possible. I think if there's any team that's going to fall away or fall out, it will be Manchester United. Because it depends on what you do in the transfer market. Even if you get Sancho, I still think there's a possibility you'll fall out because I think there'll be an over-reliance on Pogba and Bruno. So if that happens, and I think you saw that towards the end of the restart games, Bruno started to look leggy. And if that happens throughout the season, yeah, there's a possibility that we could get top 4, providing we are consistent and we also buy well as well. But yeah, I think it's possible.
I suppose the one good bit of news this week for Arsenal, and of course everybody else at the top, is that Newcastle's takeover fell through, which most people didn't see happening. It felt an absolute shoe-in. I mean, it's interesting, really. A lot of people are saying that the FA and the Premier League are corrupt for not accepting them, where there are the other half of the argument are saying they would have been corrupted if they would have accepted them. It's amazing, isn't it? It depends on what side you sit political persuasion. Go Anita. I don't know where Anita's gone. She dropped off. She must be. She might be coming back to him with the camera on. There we go. Yeah, I mean, in terms of tomorrow, though, as we say, I think it's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be. I think it'll be tight. I think it will be tight. A few people think Giroud is definitely going to score in this game, which we know is a distinct possibility. He's a big game player.
The thing is, Giroud, I think, although Giroud, he plays well in these games. Blah 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 blah. Everyone's talking about David Luiz, and I think if there were a game I wanted David Luiz to play, or a striker I would want David Luiz to play against, it's someone of Giroud's mold, because the mistakes I've seen him make are against technical players, like pacey technical players, and I don't see Giroud bullying David Luiz. I can't lie to you. I really don't see that.
No, David. To be fair, Giroud's not really a bullier. He's a springboard, but he's not going to go out there.
Do you not see what he did against Harry Maguire?
Yeah, but that one example.
Maguire.
No,
but Harry Maguire aerially is one of the best defenders.
Period. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like throughout this season, you haven't really seen Giroud bully defenders. I think recently you see Maguire and Cody, because he destroyed Cody, got that goal, which is pretty cool. But I don't really see Giroud as that bully kind of guy. He's not like a Troy Deeney, you know what I mean? He's more. I call him Gourmet Giroud for a reason. He's like the nice finesse, great touch, lays the ball off well. He does the nice little flicks. It's like if Firmino could finish, and Giroud had a bit of pace and agility, they'll be the same player. They would.
Well, what's it? If Giroud's able to be a bounce board tomorrow, it's like literally Pulisic is just going to be running at that defense. Whoever, whether it's Willian or Hudson-Odoi or whoever, the other wing is going to be running at the defense, and it's going to be Arsenal are going to have a tough time. I reckon Arsenal probably will actually sit back and just try and hit us on the counter, because that's where we're at our most vulnerable. But if you do leave those gaps in behind, it's going to be a long 90 minutes.
Do you know what I always find weird about those kind of things? I went to look. In that game, Olivier Giroud and Maguire challenged in the air 6 times for the ball. Maguire won 5. And this is what I mean. This is what was amazing about confirmation bias and availability bias is there'd be one incident in a game, and it's like that's what happened throughout all. And look, we got slapped by Chelsea over the course of that game. But yeah, I think Giroud, and you'll see in a minute when we put the combined 11 up, I think Olivier Giroud is one of the most underrated players in the Premier League. And where he struggled at Arsenal is that Arsenal fans and Arsenal Football Club wanted him to be a prolific goal scorer. That isn't what he is. The way that France used him is how Arsenal should have used him. Arsenal should have built a team where Olivier Giroud was the hold-up guy, and then you had a midfielder and the 2 inside forwards who are good enough to score all your goals. Then Olivier would, and this is what happens all the time. It's, by the way, I know we love to get on Firmino. It's why I don't think I have an issue with what Firmino does as a striker. Firmino, he does score goals, but his main job is to be the creative spark, create the spaces, the movement, the hold-up play, the skill to set the inside forwards off to score your goals. And that's why I know we love to throw like sort of salt way, but I look at Giroud as being, he's like Firmino in the sense of his primary role isn't to be the main goal scorer. Does that make sense? That isn't the number one thing. They go about it in a very different way, but the premise is the same. And I think that Chelsea, the same as France, look completely. By the way, France pick him. Or did, I don't know if they do anymore because I haven't watched France. I don't watch France play every week. I only watch them at the World Cup. France are picking this boy in front of how many other strikers the France have available? And
in front of lack of ability and lack of goals, fam.
It's true.
Thank you. Let's not do that.
True. And for me, and that's why, and the thing is, he also gives Chelsea something very, very different. And by the way, if Tammy could hold the ball up as well as Olivier Giroud, Tammy could play for England as a starter. Like, the guy's hold-up play is second to none. So Olivier Giroud, to me, is the danger man in the Chelsea team. He won't, by the way, even get the accolades, even if he scores 3 goals. It will go to a Pulisic or a Mount because it's more fashionable to support those guys. Mount got the assist. Yeah, but who made those assists possible? Who held the ball up, bullied one man, barged another guy out the way, and then fed the ball into Mount? Without that, Mount's square ball might have been the easy element. I'm not saying he shouldn't get any credit, by the way, until people go, you know what I mean? There we go. At least I can't call it my English bias when it comes to Mason Mount. That's what I love about this thing. We're going to move on, though. Before we do score predictions, we are going to move on. By the way, we're going to open up the lines in a few moments for you guys to call in. We're going to do combined 11s, though. Actually, let me put the link in for people to call in. And Neats is going to be back with us soon. But I'm going to put the line in for people to phone up in. I'm going to type my words in of phone in now.
Before we get into all that, Terry, do you mind if I ask a quick question for the boys here?
Of course can.
All right, guys. So you got Arteta, Lampard, 2 new managers into the game at the highest level. Who does this trophy mean more to? Does it mean more to Arsenal and Arteta, or does it mean more for Chelsea and Lampard?
I don't think I think for Arsenal as a club, it means more because they need it to. Because actually, I think they shouldn't even want Europa. If there was a way to win the FA Cup and not get Europa, I would do that. But unfortunately, there isn't. So I think for them as a club, just to have an extra bit of revenue from like a different competition, it probably means more to Arsenal as a club. But I think for the 2 managers, I think they'll both want to win it just as much as each other.
There we go. He's obviously got to go and do something. We're going to move on to the combined 11. We're going to move on to this now. I'm going to put it up on the screen. This is my combined 11. And I'm not sure if it. I'm just using the squad as an example.
That's a bio.
That would be my combined 11. If I was to honestly sit there and have all the squads to pick from, and I was going to pick the players to win this final, or who's the best right now, Martinez goes in goal because Martinez has been absolutely brilliant. By the way, Martinez has been amazing since the return. Reece James is the best right back of everybody at both clubs, in my opinion. Now I would play Aspie in the middle because neither club really have good centre backs. Zuma gets in a little bit by default. He's the best of a bad bunch. Tierney's better than any left back at Chelsea. Facts. Then you move into the midfield. Kante walks into it. I like Saka playing in that midfield 3 like he's done at Arsenal because he can interchange with the Pulisic role if he needs to. He can go out wide. He can play through the central area. Saka's an amazing talent. Kovacic, again, is better than Ceballos. He's better than any other Arsenal midfielder I can even think of. Better than Xhaka anyway, right? You don't need someone that makes tackles because Kante's there. Willian on the right, Mr. Reliable in big games. Pulisic is better on the left than Aubameyang is on the left. And Olivier Giroud is better than ability in the middle. It's a clear. I can't imagine that you boys would want to change anything about that at all, really. Guy, what do you think about combined 11?
Me, I think that's a pile of trash, Terry. I think that's a pile of trash.
Why?
Because okay, yeah, Martinez, obviously my bro, he's in there. Reece James, again, love the guy, let him stay there. As Piliqueta, yeah, okay, fine. He has to go there by default because we don't have any good centre backs. But Zuma, Kurt Zuma,
Yeah.
nah, I'm sorry. I can't even lie. I'd even have David Luiz. I'd even have David Luiz in there over
You'd have David Luiz over Zuma. You are aware we sold David Luiz to you,
and
because
you know what?
he was behind Kurt Zuma.
That's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. But at least I know I've got something positive in David Luiz's game. You can't tell me one good thing about Kurt Zuma bar athleticism.
Listen.
Aerially, he's quite good.
That tackle against Crystal Palace, that just gets him in there just for that.
So you're saying
aerially he's quite good as well.
One good tackle puts him in a team. What are you saying, guys? We sent one more.
That's an extra tackle better than David Luiz has done all season.
So,
yeah, that's 5 less penalties.
Most red cards in the season. Most penalties given away.
He's in there. Kante, not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, he shouldn't even be in this thing. Let's not go off of legacy and what he's done for Leicester and what he's done, for the early days in Chelsea. Let's go off recent form. Kante is not in this. Not over Xhaka, not over Danny.
I back you, fam.
You would team over Kante. Both of them.
As Kante 70% fit is better than Xhaka and Ceballos, easily.
I had respect for you, but now it's all
Let's just come back into this. This is my combined 11. For me, it's as self-explanatory as it needs to be. A lot of people are saying Aubameyang is better through the middle than Giroud. Now, this is
Giroud, fam. Nah.
This is my logic to it. Giroud gets into the French team through the middle in front of Lacazette, and in my opinion, is better at the hold-up role because neither are goal scorers. And the Arsenal manager has moved Aubameyang out to the left-hand side.
Who's better on the left out of Pulisic and Aubameyang?
Pulisic.
What are we doing here?
Pulisic isn't.
Come on, man. Come on, man. What are we doing?
Wait, Adam, listen. I'd rather have Aubameyang on the right for this combined 11 than Willian. I'll back you on that, though. But not over Pulisic.
Right, what we're going to do here, we're going to add another Arsenal fan to this to fair things up. Big contributor to the channel. We've got some other Chelsea fans I can see. Ches Monstar, we're going to add in a bit. We've got Imar Iqbal as well, who's another United fan. We'll add a little bit of variety to this. But we've got Ghostwriter, who is a gooner. Ghostwriter, what do you make of my combined 11, my bro?
I mean, the back four, I agree with. Maybe you've got an argument to put Niles or Bellerin instead of James. But other than that, I agree.
Sorry, go on. Sorry.
And then midfield, Kovacic, yes. Kante, yes, on his day. If we're doing it on their day, then yeah. And then I'd put maybe Ceballos in that three instead of Saka. And then what I would do is I'd put Aubameyang left. I'd put Giroud up top, and then I'd put Pepe right.
Oh, I'm a Pulisic.
I mean, what I would take out of that is you don't overly disagree with what I've done then. I'm pretty much in the ballpark.
The midfield, other than one, and then the back four, and the goalkeeper, So, it's just the strikers, you're being you're trying to get, people a bit wound up with the strikers there. But
no, I never try to wind people up on the internet. That's never what I do. Yeah. I mean, Neats, what you said about that combined, is there any changes you would make?
Absolutely not. Not one change. No, actually, to be fair, I would put Aubameyang in either right or left. But Pulisic stays in, Willian can go, Aubameyang can be on the right. But absolutely no change to this at all.
What I'll do then, let me put Pierre onto the right hand side. I'll be fair. That's come from a Chelsea because I think Pulisic has got to be. I mean, he's the fake Captain America, but we'll put him in the team. It's not,
yes, Terry.
Not a problem at all. We'll do that. And we're going to add Monstar into this as well. Go on, mate. Who said something?
Can I just say, Aubameyang has scored something like 3 goals on the right hand side. So I think William's actually better than Aubameyang on the right.
This is
and
not
then I'd put Aubameyang
Okay,
on
fine.
the
Then
left
we can
if
have
he
Willian
scored.
in. I don't mind. I don't mind.
No, you put Aubameyang on the left.
Yeah,
Don't
one
want to
second,
see
guys.
why
Come
Pulisic
No, you don't.
gets
Guys,
against Aubameyang.
can you turn down your television in the background, bro?
Who, me? Oh, hold on. Let me just close the door.
Is that what it is? Yeah, cool. I'm more worried about copyright than anything else. We'll end up picking up cash in or something like that. And they were like, yo, you're shut down, boy. Yeah, Monster, what are you making of this combined 11, bro?
It's all right. I would even remove Saka because he's not a midfielder, and I'm putting Jorginho in there, man.
Nah. I'm not
No,
having that.
wait. No, why did you
no.
put him? I put, for me, Mason Mount should go in there above Saka.
Yeah.
Oh,
Honestly
no,
speaking, Banter FC should not have any players in there. Like they're just maybe just a goalkeeper, innit? Maybe just a goalkeeper. That's it. They're trash. But come on, man.
No, Monster.
you
Monster. Let's not lie. We take Tierney at left back because we need a left back. I take Tierney at left back, so that's fair enough. Aubameyang, I've got no problem with. Scored 22 goals in the Premier League, no problem. For me though, Mason Mount's got to go in above Saka.
Right, we'll go to the comment section. The comment section, Saka or Mount. Get your comments in now. I'm going to read the first.
All I'm saying, if you're gonna put Mount in there, you got to replace Kante, fam. Not because Kante is bad, just for the fact that this season he's barely been around and he's not really been the best. So if you're going on
the first half of the season, he was amazing though. So if you're putting Ceballos only had one.
I'm not saying Ceballos. I'm saying you swap Mason Mount and Kante. I'm saying you keep Saka in there, fam.
Saka's not a midfielder.
I'm getting more votes here, you know. I know we've done a lot of positive Chelsea stories recently, so that's probably what's helping here. But Mason Mount.
I just want to ask one thing. Why is it that when Pepe only has one less assist than Willian this season, Willian's in there? And Willian might have more goals, but we know that he's taken bare penalties for Chelsea this season. So really and truly, I don't see why Willian should be in here over Pepe. I can't lie to you.
Yeah, but penalties are a part of the game.
But hang on, you're a Chelsea fan. You always have a go at Rashford.
I've never called Bruno Fernandes. I've never said that. I've never said it.
Rashford
never called Fernandes. Never called Rashford bad.
Hashtag Fernandes. But William's not in the team anymore.
Yeah,
are you honestly, ask the Chelsea fan right here, are you honestly telling me that you would keep your front three right now, no Werner, no Ziyech, and you would not swap it with Aubameyang, Pepe or Lacazette? Is that what you're telling me? You reckon you've got a better front three?
Maybe Aubameyang, maybe Aubameyang for William, but that would be the only change. The other two, Pepe and Lacazette can dead them. Throw them in.
But you're letting go of William. You're not giving him 3 years.
Wait, can I just reply to those right, please?
Go on, Monster.
Put him ahead of Pepe.
Why would we want to take your attack when we've conceded way more goals, yet we've scored more goals than you, and we're in a better position? And we're in a better position. I don't need your attack. We've got a good enough attack as it is.
Goals and assists.
I don't want to hear about Pepe, man. I don't want to hear about it. We're scoring enough goals as it is. We don't need any Arsenal attacker in there. If you ask me personally, come on.
I swear that's the same amount as Tammy Abraham's anyway, and he don't start for them. So how is Pepe going to start for them?
You put Aubameyang on the left, Pepe on the right, and Giroud up top.
No, Pulisic is better than Pepe. Pulisic is better than Pepe. How is this a conversation?
Let's not talk about that.
Ghostwriter. It's a fake team. These men aren't playing together. It's fake. We're just choosing three best attackers.
It's meant to be a team playing in their right position. Yeah, playing in their right position. So
how many goals has Aubameyang scored coming from the left? How many goals has he scored coming from the left?
22 in the league. Chat to me,
bro.
Most
of his goals
or in the centre.
Bro.
No, a lot of his goals come from the left hand side. Like a lot.
Right, fair enough.
Yeah, it's all of them basically on the left. Yeah.
So would you move Aubameyang to the left and put Pulisic on the right, or you put Aubameyang left?
You take Pulisic out the team completely.
How though?
You put Aubameyang.
The guy has arguably been the best player.
Ghostwriter. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm with you.
Don't play there.
You're moving a bit mad.
Ghostwriter.
Just a little bit.
Players
To take Pulisic out, you're moving a little bit crazy.
Oh, so put Kante up front because Xhaka wipes it. Do you know what I mean? Like you.
No, but it's not like but the thing is,
we're gonna have an honest conversation about Kante's involvement in this team. He's not going in. He's not going in this team.
So wait a second. Yeah, Adam, before you start going in, let me just say, Ghostwriter, it's not like we're putting players in the areas of the pitch that they have no business being there. Like we're putting attackers in attacking 3 positions. That's fine. Like it don't
But if
really
they've
matter.
scored 1 goal from that position, and you can't trust them, can you? This
Yes,
is meant
but
to be
it's a
team
fake.
that
This
can
is
win a game.
ultimate team, bro. This is
It's not
the
the real, bro.
ultimate team. It don't matter.
My view is
This
this,
is meant to
Ghost
be
Rider.
the best team.
Guys, mate, it goes right. If Aubameyang isn't on the right, then Aubameyang ain't in the team. Because it's about who I would. Well, because I picked a team based on my preference and my opinion. And for me, if you said to me right now, you've only got the Arsenal and Chelsea squads to pick from, you're playing 4-3-3, who's going on the left-hand side of your attack? I am picking Pulisic.
Why would you pick Pulisic when he's got lower stats and he hasn't got as good output as Aubameyang? I don't get it.
He's been injured most of the season.
Because I think, hang on, I'm going to answer your question, bro. For me, I think his outputs have improved dramatically towards the end. I think overall he's a better player on the left-hand side because he'll be more creative. He'll open teams up more. His movement's better. There's more longevity in him. And as we go into into next season, as an example, we may not outscore Aubameyang because Aubameyang is a predatory goal scorer. But in my opinion, he'll if you add up his goal contributions next season, he'll be in front of Aubameyang.
But we're not talking about next season. We're talking about now. Who would you pick for this season?
That's why I was.
Yeah, Aubameyang on the right.
So,
it's right there, fam.
I'm giving you my I'm giving you my rationale as to why I would pick him. That's why I would put him in the team over him.
That's future, though. You're saying he will, the longevity, he will.
No, he just explained this more. He just explained
I don't know yet.
He's better on the left-hand side based on what I've seen this season as an overall football player. Wow. Stats are a part of that. What you'll see from the outputs is when he gets a full season under his belt next year, barring injury, of course. Injuries, by the way, because Aubameyang won't score 22 goals next season in the Premier League if he misses 2/3 of it injured. That'll be almost impossible. So,
oh, Jesus, give me strength, please.
There we go. But that's that team. We're going to add a few more people to this as well. We're going to add Ches to this call and hello, good morning as well. Ches, come to yourself first, bro. Would you change anything about the starting 11? Good morning, hello. I don't know where you are. You sound like you're on the M25, bro. I had to mute that for a second, bro. I don't know where you are. Close the window, shut the sound off, whatever it may be. Ghostwriter, appreciate you coming on, bro. Thank you very, very much indeed. Getting a bit of feedback from his line there. It was a bit cricket, like sounds like crickets or something. I don't know what that was. We had a super chat as well. Sorry, I missed it. It says Pulisic on that Liverpool game alone is better. Cool. We've got another Arsenal fan we're adding here in Samuel as well. Ches hasn't come on. Samuel, what do you want to say as a gooner? We need some more gooner voices here. What are you saying, bro?
Bro, this team, where's Granit Xhaka? I'm just saying, I would add Granit Xhaka. No. Add Granit Xhaka has been crucial, bro. What are you saying? No. Granit Xhaka is disrespected.
The same Granit Xhaka that you lot disrespected.
Yeah? Same Xhaka that you wanted.
No. Look, if you look at the stats,
guys, let Samuel talk us through it. Go on, Samuel.
If you look at the stats since the restart, Granit Xhaka has been our most crucial player because most of the games he hasn't started this season or throughout since the restart, we've lost. So I think Granit Xhaka brings an important part to the team. He's a steel iron in midfield. Him and Ceballos is a crucial partnership. I think we've only lost one game since Arteta's come in when Xhaka's not played. So I think Granit Xhaka will be crucial. And Granit Xhaka is important to our team.
What are you saying, Neat? What are you saying about that, Neat? Xhaka in the combined 11?
In place of who?
Mason Mount.
Mason Mount.
Wait, let me see the team again.
Right.
He's in the... Yeah, I'll put Granit Xhaka over there. I'll put Xhaka over Mount.
Okay,
no, fam.
Okay, wait.
Any Chelsea
I just want to say...
Go on, Adam.
I just want to say the two people in that midfield that need to be removed is Kovacic and Kante. I know Kovacic is really hold on. I know Kovacic is really good and everything, but we're basing it off what he did last season. This season, he hasn't been as good as he was last season. So again, let's stop talking about legacy performances. Let's talk about what's happening now. And Ceballos and Xhaka are better than Kante and Kovacic.
Thank you.
Adam, is Sarri still Chelsea's manager or something? I think we've been watching two different seasons.
Honestly, Honestly.
Oh,
Adam, I will back you with the Kante thing.
you have to back me with the Kovacic one as well.
I want to hear from Monstar on this, please. Go on, bro.
Kovacic has been better this season than he was last season. I don't know what he's Chelsea's player of the year. I don't know where you're coming from, man. I don't know what.
Honestly, I'm neutral to this. I don't like either of your teams, if I'm being honest. I can't stand you both on a football sense. But Kovacic, for me, I didn't think you guys were even. I thought it was a shock that you signed him permanently in the summer. I felt you only really did it because you couldn't bring anybody else in. He has been excellent this year, in my opinion. And for me, Granit Xhaka, I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't know what this guy has.
I think Xhaka's had a season of two halves. I think he's had a season of two halves. He's had one.
Honestly, Gooners, we go to Adam first and Samuel. What does Granit Xhaka do? What does Granit Xhaka do? Tell me about his game. Explain it. Go.
No, don't worry. I'm here. I just can't believe what I'm hearing. Why do I have to prove what Granit Xhaka has done? We've seen it. If you watch Arsenal, he's a deep line. You'll know that he's a deep line playmaker. He dictates play along with Ceballos. And he's improved defensively. He's spraying passes as he was always doing, and his positional play has improved as well. Genuinely, if you don't watch Arsenal, then I'm afraid you're not allowed to comment. But Granit Xhaka has been fantastic.
Are you comparing him to a Paul Pogba? You saying he's like a Paul Pogba?
Not really. I can't lie to you. Granit Xhaka is Granit Xhaka, bro.
Is Jorginho? They're basically the same team.
Yes, man. He's better than Jorginho.
That's
better than Jorginho.
The only conversation you can have about Chelsea's midfield compared to Arsenal's who's better is Xhaka and Jorginho. That's it.
Yeah.
Kante at 70% is better than Xhaka, and Kovacic this year has been the third best midfielder in the Premier League behind De Bruyne and Henderson. Simple.
No. Don't forget Bruno, man. Don't forget Bruno.
Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno's alive, Maggie. Bruno's alive.
Say something.
Now you've gone too far. Third one. Honestly, I think Bruno Fernandes has had better shits than he's been in the league this year. And Bruno, my God, don't overstate. You just killed it now. You just killed it.
Where's Adam? I need Adam for this next conversation that I want to have. Is he
can add something?
The reason why I can't believe in Xhaka is when your own. I'm not condoning that the fans are wrong for doing. I'm not condoning it, but when your own fans wish cancer on a player's wife, it tells me you're not doing a great job. I can't.
No. The reason we were angry was the Unai Emery's fault. Why Xhaka was so bad. It was all to do with Unai Emery.
None of that.
No, it was Unai Emery because
Arsenal fans are doing that. They weren't going as mad as that against Xhaka, but Arsenal fans have been against Granit Xhaka since Wenger was here. So blaming Unai Emery for me is a little bit weak. Like for me, I don't know. Adam's always had Granit Xhaka's back, but I just don't. Other than the occasional screamer, I don't understand. I never see Granit Xhaka do anything.
Then, bro, then you don't understand football theory. It has to be that. It has to be that. Genuinely,
Adam. I'm gonna do a little. You want to do a little team up thing right here? In this 11, yeah, I'll happily put Xhaka over Kante.
But then how have we only got 4 Arsenal players in an 11? Chelsea are not that good.
Three.
You got 3. You got 3.
If Xhaka goes in there.
So Xhaka's got 2 votes right now. We obviously know that David, Monster, and Neats are not going to put him in. I'm going to take myself out of a vote because I picked it. We know put Xhaka in. So the casting vote is going to go to Hello, Good Morning. Is it going to be Kante or Xhaka?
I think Kante. You'd rather replace Mount with Xhaka. Personally,
here's why I'm saying Kante can get shifted.
Hello, Good Morning. So you guys, honestly, you'd rather? How can you take out Kante for Xhaka? I don't get that. Honestly, that's like taking a Porsche and swapping it for a nice.
I wouldn't take out Kante. I take out Mount for Xhaka, not Kante.
Yes.
No.
Saying that,
Mate,
I'll
Kante's
take
playing
anything
for
I
the
can
team.
get.
Here's just the reasoning why I'm saying for this team right now that Xhaka can go in there, because the build up towards this FA Cup final, yeah, Xhaka's been doing stuff. He's actually been playing. Kante's been injured. I'm not saying Kante is worse than Xhaka. I think Kante's better than Xhaka. But if we're just going on recency and recent form, then it has to be Xhaka because he's actually played.
If you look at the contrast when Granit Xhaka's not playing, was so bad. But when he's played, like the game against Aston Villa and Brighton, when Granit Xhaka didn't start, we were poor. And then when the games that Granit Xhaka did start against Liverpool and Man City, this guy was dominating. Or against Man City, he was one of the main reasons why we won. He was so crucial to that win.
So he's become a good player when you've started parking the bus, is what you're saying.
Because there's no space to run into. Mansell's on his edge of his box. Can hit passes.
There's no space to run into because you've got 11 men behind the ball.
Exactly. There it is.
The thing is, he's a deep playmaker. Yeah, he sees him deep. He does both. He helps the defense.
He's better than your team. He played 31% of your. He played 31 of your 38 games this season. You man nearly finished 10th, and you're telling me he improved. It doesn't make any sense. If he's as good as you're saying, and he dominates the midfield, and you'd put him in over Kante, how are you sitting mid-table, fighting it out with Brexit FC Burnley?
And Sheffield. The two Brexit teams. The two Brexit teams, man.
Honestly.
Sam, would you not agree that Chelsea would concede less goals if Kante was fit the whole season?
Good as Scott McTominay.
It's debatable because it's debatable.
It's just ridiculous now, isn't it?
It's not debatable.
It's ridiculous.
It's not debatable.
Madness.
Kante hasn't played his position the whole season.
Now I'm gonna let the viewers decide because we're at deadlock here. Kante or Xhaka? Get your comments in right about now. Get your comments in right about now, please. By the way, anyone who's tuning in, 1,000 people tuning in right now, please hit the like button. Please hit the share button. It's really, really important to us that you get this done. We've got a couple of other people sitting in the back that want to come on. They're both Chelsea fans, though, so we know what they're going to vote for. We're going to throw in Ches. Ches, welcome back to the show, bro.
What are you saying?
Everyone's picking Kante. Look at these comments, people. Someone
What a
just
joke. I've been listening in, and I'm hearing people choosing Xhaka over Kante. Are you mad? What are you watching?
Nah.
Are you crazy?
Listen, my reason's got nothing to do with ability. Mine's just all about what's happened.
Yeah, I hear that. Like you said, a 50% fit Kante is still better than Xhaka. What does he do? Like, what does he actually do? Oh, he controls the play. It's not hard to do that. It's not hard.
And even I would say, for what Billy Gilmore did again, how he knocked out Liverpool, I would even take him over Xhaka right now, man. I'm sorry to say. Don't forget that. I was
about to quit. I was about to quit. He's gone.
I'm so rattled, I can't even go through my hands. Billy Gilmore.
Yeah, 100%. Billy Gilmore's better, 100%.
Hey, Gilmore's got
I'm even seeing people in the comments tell me it's not hard to control a game. Why don't you do it then, you idiot? What's your
Oh my God. Xhaka over Kante. Why are we having this conversation, David, with these Arsenal fans? Why? Why?
They're deluded, man.
What is Xhaka?
Mark Noble or Xhaka?
No. To be fair, Xhaka's not a bad player. Xhaka is good, but he's just not as good as Kante. Like, it's quite simple.
When you say not as good as Kante, that's like saying, Peter Andre is a good singer, but he's not as good as Michael Jackson. You wouldn't even talk about them in the same breath. Jimmy, it's like Vanilla Ice versus Jay-Z. You can't do it. It's not a comparison. Honestly, it's horrible. It's not. You can put Noble and Xhaka against each other. You can put Xhaka and Henderson against each other. When you're talking Kante, you're talking Premier League royalty. Kante is in the same conversations as Patrick Vieira's, Roy Keane's, Paul Scholes', Gerrard's, Lampard's, in terms of what he done and how good he is. Putting Xhaka, it's horrible. Honestly, it's like comparing a bit of prime beef with a tin of corned beef.
Also, I would say Kovacic has been our best player this season, by the way.
You're corned beef and rice.
You ain't getting that. Hang on, what's it? Big up KJ and Anita. Thank you for the super chat there.
Yes, that's my guy.
I love, by the way, I have to say, I do love these shows that we've created here on this show. And I say we because we've all put them together where we've got the rivals in here, there's neutrals in here. You don't get this anywhere else, you know. You don't get this at any other YouTube channel. Make sure you're hitting that like button right about now. Thank you all for the super chats that are coming in. I was actually going to invite some of you over to do a watch along tomorrow, but I got too many kids in this house already. So the answer is no. I'm like Daddy Drew. Yeah, today, there's all these kids in my swimming pool, right? Playing. I nearly just left them to their own devices. Which is, I was so stressed. I was like, oh, if I walk away with 2 minutes, they'll all be floating. They'll all be in the bottom of the pool. Well, of course, I didn't do it. It's a joke. That's how stressed I was. So I was like, I can't invite anyone to the house because the kids are crying. I got all 3 of my children here. I love my children, but I realized something. I love my children individually. Together, I'm not their dad. I'm doing a paternity test. I ain't putting up with this anymore. Honestly, I've got to work out. They're horrible together. Today, this happened to me today. I'm feeding the baby. Freya walks in and she's like moaning, crying. I'm like, all right. Archie's like, my eldest, like, Daddy, I got a poo. Right? I'm sorry for the graphic details, but okay, go. I still need to help him like clean up afterwards. So he's in there doing that. Baby won't take the food, but is crying. Baby's too lazy to suck on the teat. Won't take the damn. That's not my teat. That's a nap thing. I'm like, take the milk. Won't take. I didn't shout, but in my head I'm shouting. I'm like, take the milk, baby. Then Freya walks in, all wet up her back and up her shorts, where she's pulled her nappy to the side and pissed everywhere. So I've taken her into the bedroom. I'm changing her. Baby's then propped up in the prayers. She's getting mad bed. I'm propping the bottle up to keep it in his mouth, but it keeps falling out. So Jackson's screaming, she's going, Daddy, I'm finished. Come wipe my bum. Freya won't let me change her. Now I'm sitting there going, why did I have 3 kids? Honestly, don't have children.
Adam's just there deep in how we pick Xhaka, how we pick Kante.
I'm just saying that's why we can't do the watch songs. But big thank you to everybody today. That's why we're not doing those things, because don't have 3 kids at the same time. Honestly, I had bad thoughts today. I had really bad thoughts. Did I take their armbands off and walk away? I couldn't get it out of my head. I didn't do it. Of course I didn't. Thank you here, Dion Jax. That's a good name. Jack spelt the French way. I like it. Let's get back to what we're even talking about.
Wait, Terry, you haven't gotten that Arsenal fans. You haven't gotten an Arsenal fans for finishing 8th. You need to get them because they were so confident in the beginning of the season.
But Monster, here's the thing: you don't give attention to things that are irrelevant.
No, they
just
have
don't
to
do
be
it,
gotten
fam.
that, man.
Very relevant, bro. Very relevant.
That's why no one's done it, because they're like little kids, like Terry's kids, just making noise because they're pissed themselves.
I have made a video. It will be released if Arsenal lose the FA Cup final, essentially. But it is absolutely amazing. I found clips from DT, so many gooners looking at that. And it was just, there's one where there's a couple of Arsenal fans and they're literally just like, how crappy United will finish above them, better manager, better squad, Pepe, Rashford, Trashford, Rash Bandicoot. For me, I'm holding on to that. I'm just holding on to it because we're the 3rd best team in England. I don't know if you all know that. 3rd best team in England. We're on the way up. The PE teacher is killing it right now. But listen, if Arsenal win the FA Cup, I'm not going to throw any salt their way because I respect the FA Cup.
One reason why
in the world. So yeah, I respect it.
One reason why I would love
3rd with Chelsea, same points. Don't forget.
I would love Arsenal to lose.
Hang on. Sorry. Aguero scored that last-minute winner. I swear that was goal difference. Like we didn't try and do a Liverpool and go, we should get a trophy as well because we are gold. No, we're not like that. Man United fact, if we lose, we lose. You just take it on the chin because we're proper. Sorry, KJ, you were chatting, bro. Sorry, I cut in front of you. Sorry.
No, it's all right. One reason why I want Arsenal to lose, it's just so the fact that their fans have literally nothing to celebrate, because I know what they're going to be like. See, the FA Cup, we've won it. We're back.
Troops was going off today on AFTV.
You know what I mean? Like, if they have absolutely nothing, it'll be beautiful. Like, no, they can't even get into the Europa League, fam. And they call it the Thursday Night Trophy and the Emmerdale Cup, and you can't even get into it. Woo! If they don't win it, it's gonna be beautiful, fam. Absolutely injected.
You know how recently they've been like, oh, look at all these Chelsea United fans celebrating top four. But when we were doing it, no one cared. There's a saying that always goes around. You don't know what you've got until you lost it. All right, you're not getting back there.
But the thing is about the whole argument.
And the thing is, we didn't even celebrate. We were just there like, oh no, we finished top four. It's cool. It's a good day, but we carry on to next year. We weren't all like, oh.
The thing is about that argument. The reason why we would mark Arsenal. I'm sorry, Adam and Samuel. You guys are cool Arsenal fans. I'm sorry that we're going in. But the reason why we haven't got Arsenal for finishing fourth at the time because they wasn't progressing. They weren't going nowhere. It was just the constant fourth. And it was just constant going downwards. And yeah, you got a second in there or a third in there, but really and truly, it was never an upward spiral.
No, the thing is about
Samuel, that's the difference. I want to add on that, but I'll let you chat in a minute, mate. Sorry, bro. By the way, a lot of people go like, of course I love my children. It's called a joke. Learn the difference between serious and jokes. Jesus Christ. Do you know what? I think the younger generation I definitely had a sense of humor bypass. It's gone. Their schools don't allow this stuff now. But yeah, that's the difference. A lot of people, United fans are celebrating this because we're going up. When you're going down and you're celebrating it, there's a big difference. We've got a special guest on now. He's joining the stream.
Yes, we go.
Guys, I'm here to give Adam
cavalry.
I'm here to give Adam life. Yo, Adam, bro, we need energy from you, bro. Come on, dog. We're in the FA Cup final. Guys, let's be honest, guys. Even if we lose, there's going to be shameless fans who are going to say it's a good thing that we're not in Europe. But honestly, of course, we want to win the FA Cup. And KJ, I heard what you just said. KJ, I heard what you just said. You don't want Arsenal fans to celebrate anything. But at the end of the day, if they perform tomorrow and we win the cup, you gotta give it up to us.
I will. Igal, you know me, fam. Oh gosh. He's angry, fam. Igal, you know me. I'm all for fans getting gassed. That's why I love life. Life is about having fun and being gassed. So if you guys win, be gassed. But if you guys lose, I will be gassed. Like that's
good for you, bro. We've been on a downward spiral. Everyone keeps telling me we're getting worse and worse. To me, I feel like this FA Cup is more than just the FA Cup to us. We literally need to win this to springboard for next season. Because if we lose,
please.
It could be worse. Let's be honest. Allow it. Last year, Baku. The situation at Baku last year led to this. It led to
that's true.
So if we lose,
bruv, last year was your chance. Swapping in.
Football terrorist.
I'm gonna come on here humble. Guys, I'm gonna come on here humble. But at the end of the day, when you guys talk about Arsenal fans, don't mix everybody with those lot that keep chatting shit.
What not? Name.
Don't mix everybody. Don't mix everybody. Don't mix everybody with the same
name.
Don't mix everybody. Same people who over exaggerate, and then when we lose, go silent. If win, lose, or draw, I'm still gonna be here and I'm gonna be humble.
Okay. You just said if you win, it's a step forward. No, it's not.
You see?
How is it not? How is it not?
No,
we're gonna get a trophy. The manager's gonna get his first trophy. We're gonna get into Europe.
Like you haven't. We're gonna be in the team. Anyone can win the FA Cup. Wigan won it. I got relegated. I'm what? Were they against relegated? No, they're still disappointed. That's added bonus.
No, bro, you're mixing up two things. You're mixing up two things. Okay, for Arsenal, if we win this, not only are we gonna be in Europe.
What to get stick?
What are you talking about? If we win this, we get into Europe. We have more money added to the purse strings. On top of that, it gives it to whole team morale.
2 million? An extra £2 million.
Egal. Let's not lie. It's going to Kroenke's back pocket.
Okay. Forget about the finances. A team winning is a springboard to onto something better. Chelsea won
but you
last
said
year
that so many times.
You guys won at Baku last year.
This time is different.
Oh, it's different this time.
It's different. Trust me.
Samuel, speak your truth. Go on, Samuel.
I'm gonna speak my truth, because Arteta, he's 37 years old. He's already in this final. If we win the cup, we can build on this for next season.
I love it.
Build up and go up and up. Because if we win, the Banter era ends. If we win the cup, the Banter era ends.
The Banter era doesn't end.
Trust me. This is as low as we can get. 8th is as low as we can get.
What, 1 game? 2 games?
Bro, let me just say this. You, a gal, listen, by the way, even about and
thanks, bro.
You know, I listen, respect on that. That's life. Football. I love that you've just come on here and said that it's the springboard, it's the step forward. Samuel, it's what we need. It takes us to that next level.
Don't forget, both managers, this would be their first trophy, Terry.
I will congratulate that. But what I want is what you just said. That's why I want Arsenal to win. Because Chelsea fans will be like, it's good. It's an FA Cup, but we know we've still got a long way to go. Arsenal fans will be like, yes, who's back?
Yeah. Arsenal fans, I'll tell you this. Arsenal fans and Cowboys fans are the two types of fans in this world that will say, we'll come in 15th and we'll say next year we can win the league. We're that kind of fan base.
Cowboys.
We're that kind of fan base, right?
Cowboys ain't never winning the NFL.
But don't make everybody in the same brush.
Bro, honestly.
Three of us here, we're on here, we're humble. But at the same time, you're going to bash us and criticize us.
What you're saying, what I want to happen, I want Arsenal to win tomorrow for the simple reason that Arsenal fans will think they're back amongst it. And it is a great achievement. I will never belittle the FA Cup and say it's a small pony tin pot trophy. I wish my team was there tomorrow. But it's what it will do, because every time Wenger, those 2 years running when Wenger won it, is the reason why you are still where you are now today. Because you didn't get rid of him. And you guys will come into next season thinking what DT has said today. As a collective, it'll be, we can finish in the top 4. We'll be above United. We'll be better than Chelsea. Better Ceballos. Better Saliba. Better Martinelli. And then when you finish 7th, it is going to be, it'll be like, what happened? And then it will be, yeah, but the owners. Yeah, but the fans. Yeah, but Xhaka. Yeah, but injuries. It'll be the same tired excuses again and again. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to feel it. So gas yourself up.
But you guys have devalued the FA Cup. If Arsenal win the FA Cup, it's been devalued by fans. Fans criticize us if we win the FA Cup, it's like, oh, you only won the FA Cup. If you win the League Cup, you only won the League Cup. But Liverpool win the friggin' glorified.
Listen, winning the FA Cup is amazing. You're twisting my words. Winning the FA Cup is amazing. What I want is what you said, though. It's the springboard. It brings us back. It puts us back amongst it. That confidence is great, because when it gets smashed again, it's AFTV and chill time. And I love that. It's a highlight of my week. Obviously, with how we've grown as a platform, it'll be Football Terrace and chill next year, 100%. But I know it's going to come, and you can see already Samuel's sitting there. He's got that nervous smile, like, oh shit, what I said. Adam's got the frown saying, shit, Terry's speaking the truth here. This is coming. And you know.
Adam, in all seriousness, yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you think your club is underestimated? Do you guys think you don't get the props?
We're definitely underestimated. We're definitely underestimated, because it's mad how we can be a group of trendsetters, and what we do is seen as so banterous, so funny. Arsenal finishing the top 4 yet again, 16 years running. But yet when Manchester United do it after spending how much money, when Chelsea do it, because they've got a transfer ban, but we were working to a tight budget for so long, it's celebrated. And I just look at it like, you know what? Some people don't ever get the credit that they deserve. And I'm just learning to realize that we're one of those people. We're trendsetters, and we don't get credit. Finish. Hold on. There's a guy called Dram, DRAM, and he made a song called "I Like to Chacha," and Drake sampled that song and made Hotline Bling. And I realized no one knows who Dram is, but the real ones know about Dram. But let the popular music industry take the Drake song. But as I said, the real ones know, and the real ones know that Arsenal are the trendsetters. And that's fairness,
bro. I used to feel that way. There's a song I really hated in the 90s. It was called Gangster's Paradise, right? And the reason I disliked it. No. Listen, the song's cool, but the reason I didn't like it is because everyone doesn't realize it's a Stevie Wonder song called Pastime Paradise, and it upset me that the whole song is called Pastime Paradise from the greatest album ever, Songs to the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder. And it just annoyed me that everyone was like, "Oh, it's a rap song." It's like, yeah, but it's taken from Stevie. It just annoyed me. Sorry, I've just taken that way. I'll go through one sec. Adam, though, on what you said there, you should get more credit though, and you're absolutely right, because a mid-table team making the FA Cup final is massive.
Isn't it? Just
you know,
when Burnley go do it, they won't get the same credit.
When Portsmouth, Cardiff, and Wigan and that got there, we were raving. Last year when Watford got there, we were raving. So Arsenal should get a lot more credit. Do you know what I mean? Because mid-table team getting to an FA Cup final is massive. Monster, what are you saying, bro?
I keep seeing people saying Upamecano's coming to Arsenal. He just signed a new contract, man. Forget that. Forget that. Just signed a new contract.
Their Twitter did an absolute dottiness on Arsenal fans, man. It was peak fans.
Just signed a new contract. He's not coming to Arsenal.
And trust me, by the way, nobody wants Upamecano at the moment anyway. Upamecano, whatever he is. I did my little researchianos in the last few days.
Oh, why scouts?
Why scouts make me?
Oh my God, he gives the ball away 20 times a game.
Wait, Terry. Remember when I said, I've been saying this for the past 2 months, I've come on here about Gabriel should come to Chelsea. And now it seems everyone's after him now.
Mate, honestly, I love looking at this website because you've got stats, but it's got the eye test and the stats. And it's like I've been watching all these centre backs. Everyone says that United should sign because they're much better than what we've got. Some of the mistakes that Upamecano has made this year, fuck me, they're not just bad. Imagine Lukaku's first touch, like on drugs. And I'm looking at it. What happened? And the bit I love about it is it proves that all these people go, I watch German football. I'm a connoisseur of German football. No, you're not, bruv. You might like a few sausages every now and then, but you don't watch German.
They go German market every Christmas and they have Bundesliga.
A little bit of Bratwurst.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. Exactly. It doesn't matter if you had Van Dijk. People would say certain issues at the club are deeply rooted. And we need to overhaul the midfield and the defense.
You could be Newcastle though, so
maybe the attack as well, because you know,
you might as well just add everything in, right, Dave?
You just basically need a new team. Like the funny thing is, I say all of this, you might beat us tomorrow, but I'm still going to banter you because you finished 8th. So
Arsenal are known for this. We go on cup runs. There's been times where we've gone and we become a cup team. Back in the 90s, then we win 2-3 trophies back to back, and guys say, "Yo, you're a cup team now," and then we get criticized for being a cup team. But other teams win a cup and they celebrate it like it's nothing. But we can't be shameless and celebrate a cup. What's going on?
No, guys? Be shameless, fam. No one said you can't. It's you guys saying you can't.
No one's got a problem with you celebrating it. It's just that the idea of you've won the FA Cup, suddenly your whole club changes, and that you're going to springboard into the top 4, and season after you're going to be Premier League champions. That's where it's like.
You're talking about the springboard. Talking about the springboard. You know, so if you win, you guys can springboard into whatever you guys want to get into. Cool. But if you lose, does that mean it's a pitfall and now you guys going to climb lower?
No, I'm going to be shameless again, and I'm going to say if we lose, there's going to be a certain part of the fan base that are going to say, "Hey, they didn't want to be in Europe in the first place." It's just. I agree with that. There's always going to be an argument to support the club. No matter what, you support the club, and as a supporter, you have to support the club.
Who are the people you speak of? I know not what you speak.
No. I'm gonna be shameless. Real shit. I'm gonna be shameless. If we lose, I'm still gonna be one of those people. I'm gonna say I'm gonna try to find a positive in the negative.
I'm gonna see some names. Yeah, I'm gonna see some names. Ligue 1, yeah. If Arteta wins, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Yeah. Tell him. Ligue 1. This guy has been criticizing Arteta for time. When this guy, it's his first ever job. The guy's 37 years old. The guy's younger than my bloody dad, yeah? He's like 37. The guy had corona, beat it. This guy is special. Arteta is special. Arteta is special. I'm going to be shameless, yeah? Arteta could potentially...
Say it with your chest.
Equal Arsene Wenger if he has the backing. If he has the backing,
Yes, Samuel.
Man, yeah. No. My young gunner. Let's get it. I'm shameless. Shameless FC, yeah.
Yo, bro. Have you ever seen us win a league title?
Look at Samuel's face. Samuel's sitting here like, what the fuck did I do?
Yo, I said it too. Arteta, if he's backed properly and he gets the players that he wants, the sky's the limit. Let's be honest. The guy,
yes.
Let's be honest. Because guys, you guys can laugh. You guys can laugh. Everybody here has seen him take the team that was in what 15. What I don't.
Wait. If that's the case, then Ollie.
He took the team that was 8th and took it away.
No. Stop. Bro, the team was 20th in errors. The team was 20th in what do you call it? In goals, in shots conceded. Everything. But before Emery got sacked, we had one of the worst defenses in the league. We were the most error-prone team. We did everything wrong. He came in. He took a team that was uncoachable and coached them into having the most clean sheets. And if you look at the league table from when he got hired, we would finish in top 4.
Hang on, but you still finished
and then you finish with the likes of Burnley.
Yeah,
what are you talking about? I'm talking about from when he got hired. We got more clean sheets.
You, in fairness, if you look at the form table, Christmas onwards, Arsenal did win quite a lot of points, but you did it by playing very negative football. Whenever you tried,
I disagree. We scored 4 goals in 2 games. We scored 4 goals in 2 games at home.
We got more clean sheets than we ever had.
Is Steve Bruce the attacking manager?
What?
So with Newcastle, Steve Bruce now attacking manager. Like,
I'm gonna make my case for Arteta. Yeah. Everyone here can see it. Don't banter Arteta. Arteta has done a decent job for coming in with uncoachable players.
Leave Arteta.
He turned Mustafa and Xhaka. He turned Mustafa and Xhaka, the most criticized players, into one of the best performing players this season for us.
Yeah, but Xhaka's always been your best midfielder. Xhaka's always been your best midfielder. Every single manager you've ever had uses Xhaka and Mustafa.
You should go and work for like the Conservatives. You can make them look liberal, bro. Like,
with your logic,
I ain't liberal or conservative. I'm centralist.
No. With your logic, does that not mean then with Ollie getting back, the sky's the limit for him?
Yo, bro, I said Ollie. I actually think United shouldn't get rid of Ollie because Ollie has a plan, and if you get rid of Ollie, it's gonna set you back, and you're gonna have to go again. Where I think the same thing with Arteta. If we keep going with Arteta and we don't and we back him, it's just gonna push the club forward. If you keep one manager and you let him fill out his plan, it's a 2-3 year process. Just like Lampard has a 2-3 year process. Ollie is now in year 3 of his process. You guys back him properly, he could possibly get you guys the league soon.
Yeah. So Samuel, can Ollie do this to Alex?
No. Alex is too high. Alex is too high because he's the greatest manager that ever lived.
Say that again.
What we're saying that Wenger's not too high.
No, Wenger.
He's not as high as Ferguson.
Wenger's not even a great manager.
Mourinho's better than him.
Behave,
Mourinho ain't better than Wenger.
Mourinho is better than Wenger.
No, he is not.
Behave.
What do you mean? No. Samuel.
The money that Mourinho had.
Samuel.
Two quick questions, and you've got to answer yes or no to them. Like, no, if you think you're done. Like, proper done, I'll lop you off the spot. Very quick questions. Has Wenger in the Premier League ever won back-to-back titles?
No.
Has he ever won the Champions League as a manager? Ever, period. Then he's not a great manager. We roll on from there. To qualify to be a great manager, back-to-back league titles and Champions League have to be a part of your
Mourinho's got a treble. I'm just saying.
Wenger got robbed of a Champions League, though. That's what I'm gonna say.
And he didn't get it. That's the point.
Robbed by who?
Wenger's fault. It's not Wenger's fault. Thierry Henry didn't turn up in the final.
He didn't get robbed.
Hold on. Can I just say, in Arsenal,
Thierry Henry missed that 1-on-1.
Hold on. In Arsenal's best ever season, that's the Invincible season, right? Am I right in saying that?
It's up there with one of our best.
Hold on. Who knocked you out of the Champions League?
Shut up.
Wayne Bridge, my guy. Big Wayne Bridge. Wayne Bridge, my guy.
Wayne Bridge.
Can I ask you a question?
Wayne Bridge.
Go on.
So I've noticed that, since Xhaka's been playing well, no one's given me my apology that I deserve. So
no one said that Xhaka is bad.
Hold on. If Arsenal win tomorrow, can I please get an apology from every single person here?
No.
Why? Arsenal going to win?
Okay. Adam, I'll make you a deal because it's our platform. And you're part of this show. If Xhaka wins the Man of the Match award tomorrow,
whoa. How likely is it that Xhaka's going to win?
Okay, I'll give you, we'll use whoscored.com. If Xhaka gets above an 8.2 in player rating.
Nah, Terry, that's a bit high.
No. Okay, 8. We'll do 8. If you control a midfield battle in an FA Cup final, you've got to get higher than an 8 out of 10, right? If you get an 8 or higher, I will do a dedicated video apologizing to Granit Xhaka.
Okay.
You know what?
Yeah.
I like it, you know.
No, Terry.
But if he doesn't, you have to do a stream in a Tottenham kit.
Terry, I got a wager, okay?
Nah.
If Granit Xhaka scores, you wear an Arsenal shirt for the whole week.
Yeah, but if he scores, but Sam, if he scores and it's 4-1, who cares, man? If he scores 4-1,
bro, the man scored 1 goal all season. Come on. Let's be honest, Samuel. There's something the man said. Terry, what did you say about Arsene Wenger? He's not a great manager?
He's not a great manager, yeah.
Because he didn't win back-to-back or win the Champions League.
Not on my definition.
Jurgen Klopp's better than him.
Jurgen Klopp didn't win back-to-back.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did. Germany, Dortmund.
He won back-to-back leagues.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, he won back-to-back leads at Dortmund. I think it was 2011, 2012. And he's got Champions League and he's got Premier League. Different leagues as well.
He won.
Yeah, he
went back-to-back with Dortmund.
Bro, I used to live near there. Okay, I know. Got back-to-backs.
Listen, I'm not calling you a liar, but I'm gonna check. That's what I'm saying.
Check it, fam.
You got back-to-backs at Borussia Dortmund.
I've always said with great managers, you'll always get. There's always like individual seasons that are amazing, doubles, trebles, things like this happen. As an example, but I've said this for probably about 10 years now, and Adam knows because Adam's been with me many times in studios. To qualify for I like the idea of great managers being a very exclusive club, and you have to achieve certain things to qualify. And defending your title and winning a Champions League, I think when you've managed at the elite level, have to be part of that. And if you've never done it as a manager, you can have great tactics and there could be great teams that you've managed, but for you to be a great manager, you've got to qualify. You imagine this. Imagine there's a special dinner being arranged for all the Champions League winning managers from history, dead and alive. We're gonna resurrect them. Frankenstein's gonna sort them out. Wenger wouldn't be coming. But imagine you're gonna do a special dinner. Every manager that's ever retained their title. You're gonna have so many great managers there. Wenger's not even on the reserve list.
What about a dinner, where the managers who've never lost in a single game in the season?
But you did lose. No. This invincible thing is a nonsense because you didn't. It's not like oh my god. It's not like we never lost the game the whole season. No, you did lose. It's just like you didn't lose in the league. It's an embarrassment. No, because Arsenal
so easy, then go do it.
No, because whenever you get pushed into a corner, it's like but we never lost the game in a Premier League season.
You lot deserve it. You lot deserve it for finishing 8th.
Is your Premier League trophy gold?
Is your gold? Is it gold? Is it gold?
Samuel.
Yo, guys.
Who gave us the No, I don't. Who do you support?
And Arsenal.
No, not you. The other one.
Oh,
what, me?
Don't call Samuel.
I support the champions, mate.
You're gonna
I support the champions, mate.
Adam was hoping he was going to say West Ham or something. That's what he was hoping.
I wasn't sure.
And again, I'm not. Look, Wenger there's so many brilliant things about him. I'm not disrespecting him, but I set that standard. And like I've said, you'll never hear me call on real debates. I'll never call Wenger, Lampard, Arteta, any of these current new managers, any of them, the Nagelsmann, to show none of them will be considered great managers until they win back-to-back league titles and Champions League. Ollie could win 20 league titles over the next 40 years. Every other year he wins it and never wins a Champions League. I won't call him a great manager. I will not yield from that ever, no matter who the manager is. And unfortunately, Wenger just doesn't fit into that box. Unfortunately.
By the way, I just checked it. Klopp did go back to back, and you know what? I never knew that. I respect that man so much. You know, I can't lie.
Yeah, and you have to consider.
Wait,
you have to consider as well. He did that against Bayern Munich.
Where he went back to back.
Yeah,
and
that
Bayern Munich team was very good.
Yeah, people always talk about how Fergie only did it with Man. You know, that was funny when Fergie comes in. People forget what Fergie did with Aberdeen, bruv. Like go look at the history up there. This guy stopped Celtic and Rangers winning the league with Aberdeen, and then when the Cup Winners' Cup was a big cup, went and won it with them. Like people always sleep on that with Aberdeen, bruv.
Didn't it be like Real Madrid?
Didn't he stop like a 9-year streak or something?
No, something like that. Well, actually, the year before, I think Dundee also won the league as well. So Dundee were a good team at the same time, but he was Sir Alex's Aberdeen team in 1983, or it might have been 84, one of the two. I'm not 100%. Was the last team outside of Rangers or Celtic to win the Scottish title. But none of us were born the last time. Like that shows how good he was. Plus, he won European trophies. But Scottish football was a lot better back then. It's not as bad as it is now. Like it's not like Rangers. Imagine like Rangers or Celtic now winning the Champions League. We'd all fucking laugh. Be amazing. Can you imagine if one of them teams did it before Arsenal? Like in this modern era, it'd be peak. It'd be peak.
Chelsea did. That is why Tottenham. That is why if Tottenham won the Champions League, they could never chat ever again.
Imagine Adam's face.
Gal, let me ask you a question because I know you love Arsenal.
That's why I always say if Liverpool wasn't in that final.
Yeah, Arsenal fans owe Liverpool a lot of credit because without that, Arsenal Football Club would have been dead. It would have like ceased to trading, been wrapped up, move out, goes back to Southeast London, bruv. No one wants to go there.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm scared of? You know what I'm genuinely scared of? Honestly, if Tottenham if the Saudis pulled out of Newcastle, if some big consortium comes to Levy and these guys and they buy Tottenham and Levy still stays in power, because let's be honest, as much as we banter Tottenham, all of us, these guys are doing it on a lesser budget than Leicester, and they have these type of players. Let's be honest, their budget is not that high.
Yeah, we've done a very good job.
All of us.
Can I ask you all a question on this about my team? If Man United got taken over by owners that were willing to spend like City are, would that be it?
No, you guys already spend money. You just have to spend it right.
But run the club right, like City's club do. Would that be it? If we had the money City did and were run perfectly, like City, forget what they may have. Yeah. There's now reports that City have lied to the Court of Arbitration. I need to read up on it, but it looks like City could be fucked again, which would be amazing. But like Man United, I think it'd be over for the world.
No, I think Man United fans, you guys should never criticize your owners because they spend money.
No. I'm not having it.
They spend money. Compared to our owners, let's be honest. No, you guys are United fans, but you guys are spoiled.
No. Hey, Gal. Oh, be quiet. Be quiet. You don't even know what I'm talking about.
I love that mentality. I love that mentality.
Even Liverpool spent money on Van Dijk, but let's be honest, you guys spent money on.
They broke the record. Hold up.
He's the most expensive defender, and you're talking about.
Bro. Wait a minute. You're talking. You say something that makes some sense. Not so much. Since Fergie, we have spent a lot of money. Up until Ollie, do you know who was making the decisions on who we buy and who we don't buy? It was bankers. Ollie has changed that. That's why since Ollie's been buying the players, we have seen a much greater success in the quality that has come in. We have spent money. There's no denying it. What's more frustrating than not spending money is wasting it. Spending it on nonsense. Spending it on trash. Do you get me? Imagine, right? Your mum, she's like, I'm going to buy you a new pair of Nike Airs. And you're like, oh, thanks, mum. She comes home. These cost me 120 quid. But they're fake ones. She got conned. She still spent the money, but they're still fake Nikes. That's what happened to United. We got conned and we got massacred in the transfer market because we had the wrong people making the decisions. We spent the money, but no overall quality or the right fits were coming in. We've got bad owners in the sense that they've just hemorrhaged the cash. They've hemorrhaged nigh on £1 billion on trash. Ollie had to come in. The PE teacher had to come in and tell them how to run it properly. That's why I'm saying if we had owners that were willing to invest, by the way, not one single penny invested by our owners. If we had owners that were willing to invest hundreds of millions of pounds of their own money and run the club properly and employ the correct positions, director of football that know what they're doing, Man United would never have been caught up by City and Chelsea. We'd have been out.
Yeah. I'll put you like this. If the Glazers ran Arsenal, you still wouldn't be happy because it's not just about them spending money. It's about they're still taking most of the money that we earn anyway. And so, like, if you're thinking about Kroenke, you complain about Kroenke takes away money from the club, Imagine Kroenke took money from the club and gave you a little bit of spare change, and then you still bought trash, and your stadium still that is missing holes in the roof, and there's still things in the club that needs to get fixed, but they haven't changed it. It's also about the infrastructure of the club and things that they build around the club. It's not just about spending money, fam. There's more to owning a club than just spending money. Yeah, you're a man, you're sitting in 8th, fam, with your dead owners too, bro.
Stop talking about that. I brought you a serious point and you bring it to answer. My point was...
I'm talking to Adam, fam, not you, bro.
Talking about the owners. When you talk about Abramovich, he backs his club and he puts in his own money. I see that. And you guys make a lot of money, so they don't put in as much money. But at the same time, you guys spend more money than Chelsea. You guys spend almost as much as City. But I'm just saying, yes, you don't spend it correctly. Because when guys are buying Bruno Fernandes, now you guys are starting to spend it correctly with those kind of transfers. But at the same time, when you think it's City, they spend a lot of money, but they don't spend as much as you guys on one individual player. They spend it.
So again, there's elements for that. So one of the reasons why City spend a lot less on individual players is City will offer
spend it on like 560 million.
Yeah, they do, but they also offer cash. And when you offer cash to clubs, you get a discount, because the vast majority, when Arsenal got ridiculed for the Pepe deal, you're paying in installments. This was one of the biggest kind
Everyone does it.
Sorry?
Every club does that.
Exactly. But when you don't, if you go to a club and say, we'll offer you cash, you'll generally get a discount. The old-fashioned saying in the UK of, discount for cash. That's essentially what you get in these situations. But on Man United, we've only improved the types of players that we've purchased since Ollie's come in, and they've changed the structure around the way these things are done. And that's in a cold light of day for me. That's what's important about these situations. It's about not just what you spend, it's who's making these decisions. Arsenal, Arsenal spent a lot of money. Arsenal spent quite a bit of cash in the last 5-6 years on players. But how many players have you actually bought who have made your team better?
This is how we spent the money, Terry. In one summer, we brought in, I think, 5 players, right? The summer before that, we only brought in Petr Cech. So when you really think about it, over a 2-year span, we really didn't spend that much money, because we brought in 5 players that were all less than 35 million. When we could have spent the money on Kante and Riyad Mahrez, and then brought in a proper defender instead of bringing in Mustafi, Perez.
So what you're saying is you spent the money but on the wrong players. Exactly the same as what Man United fans are saying. So end of debate. It's the same thing. You spent
it's different levels.
How is it?
We were shopping at a max budget.
No, it don't matter. It don't matter where you buy. If you're buying wrong, you're buying wrong. No matter how much you
shouldn't
spend.
be surprised what they're doing this summer, because last summer they didn't have money to spend. So this summer they're spending it.
The Glazers are like those parents who don't spend any time with their children, show any love to their children. They just throw money at them, thinking that they're going to buy their love. And it was like we threw the club's money at we spent 200 million. Yeah, but we didn't want any of the players you bought. They didn't work. It's more annoying. Spend some time, show some love, show some care, show some attention.
Shout out all the parents trying to buy their children's love.
Well, how about this?
Children, I'm tired.
You know all these clubs that come up from the Championship, spend money, and then get relegated. Do they have good owners because they spend money?
What do you call it? Aston Villa do. Sheffield United, they don't spend a penny.
Aston Villa just
$100 million.
Aston Villa spent $100 million.
Fulham's owner is I think he's an Indian gentleman that lives in America. Also owns the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'll stop you. The owners might be willing to spend, but they're bad because they trusted the wrong person spending it.
Yeah, did you not see Aston Villa?
The dude, they just sat. I can't remember what his name is. They're sacked. Trash.
The owners are changed. They switched owners.
Compare it to Championship because they cannot raise their budget. They cannot raise their budget. They can buy all these players, but they cannot actually raise their overall budget. So it affects them.
But the thing is, again, that's not the point we're making. The point I'm making is you're saying United should be happy with the owners because we spend. Well, those smaller clubs also spend money, but it doesn't go well for them. But doesn't mean they're good owners. Okay, it's not about the levels. It's about the concept of spending is good.
Maybe in comparison to other clubs in and around you.
We can keep going on about this for months. We've got to do score predictions now. Adam, coming to you. By the way, we're leaving the team as that. Are we leaving the team as this?
Yep.
Yeah. What a dead team.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Are you telling me Mason Mount, Kante, and Kovacic in the midfield up?
Bro, I tried, but I got.
I even tried to help Adam.
I put Xhaka's name in there.
I think you know what I think happened. You guys probably split the vote between you guys over Xhaka and what do you call it, Ceballos, and that's why he couldn't get in. But David Luiz doesn't get into your defense.
Fam, this is what I've been trying to say. Oh,
David Luiz doesn't get into your defense. First of all, why is the formation 4-3-3? Neither of our teams are going to play a 4-3-3. We're going to play a 3-4-3. So you should change the formation. David Luiz should be in automatically. Neither of us are going to play that way. If we're going to do this, let's do it right. Change the formation, mate.
Come on.
Thank you, Gal. Thank you.
Young man. Come on.
So
take Reece James out today, right now. He's out.
He's still there though.
No, Reece James is out.
He's still there.
For who?
David Luiz is in the defense. Reece James can be right back, right wing back.
Yeah, Tierney's on the left.
Yeah, Tierney, put Tierney in.
1 second.
Yeah, you're waving. Come on.
Yeah, but that means Tierney's got to drop out then.
No. Left wing Alonso.
Stop it. If we're playing three at the back, Reece James is the fullback on one side and Tierney's the fullback on the other. Are we agree?
No. Put Tierney.
Wing back in Hold on.
So goalkeeper Martinez, we agreed.
Correct.
Yeah.
Who are the centre backs? So we've got to have Aspilicueta in there.
Zuma right
in there.
Yeah, put David Luiz. Put David Luiz in there. Put David Luiz.
I'll put David Luiz. I have no problem with David Luiz.
Can I jump in?
David Luiz. And then Tierney there. Tierney is
a shocking defense.
And then is Saka ahead of Alonso.
Alonso is the best left wing back in the world.
Alonso
is the best wing back.
No cap.
He's the best left wing back in the world.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he is.
Yes, he is. There's no better left wing back in the world.
One exception.
Guys, can I jump in here? Because you guys been talking about this already. I genuinely believe Aspilicueta is guaranteed in. David Luiz is guaranteed in. When it comes to the back three, it's between Zuma, Tierney, because Rudiger doesn't get in my opinion. So between Zuma or Tierney. Who are we picking between Rudiger? Who are we picking between Tierney and Zuma? In my opinion,
Tierney don't play in the back three. Tierney don't play a centre back in the back three.
Yes, he does.
He does. I don't know if he
does.
He does.
So how do you
know he has? Wait, do you not believe that Zuma's better than Rudiger?
I
this season
believe Rudiger this season has been a liability.
How can I speak on trash?
Okay. So Alonso gets in. I'm an Arsenal fan, but Alonso gets in because Alonso is the best wing back
in the
out
world.
of both teams. Let's be honest.
Thank you.
Right, so what am I doing with Zuma?
Zuma's out, in my opinion, for Tierney.
Yeah.
No, Zuma's Zuma's an actual centre back.
But we're playing a back three, and he has to be able to go out wide and defend.
Right, we'll come back to that in a minute. We'll go to the crowd in a minute. Right, so let's go. We've got James and Alonso as the fullbacks. Agreed.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Right, who's in the middle? Kante, in or out?
In. If he's healthy, he's in.
In. Kovacic, who's next to
In.
This is where I argue. I would say Xhaka, but the thing is, no one's going to agree with me.
No, it's not.
Right, so who's the front three is going to stay the same then?
Stays the same.
The front three stays the same.
So there's still only, so after we change all that bullshit and it's still only 3 up.
Tierney gets in over Zuma. Tierney gets in over Zuma.
No, it's still only before, bro. It's still only
Tierney gets in over Zuma, and that was still only 4. But that's a fair impression of the team. If only 4 players get into Chelsea's team, to me, that's understandable because our teams are not equal right now. Let's be real.
Yeah, we finished third, you finished 8th. So why should you have bare people in the team?
We finished 4th.
No, but realistically speaking, let's be honest now. If you're playing in a back three, you'd rather have Tierney, a natural left-footed player who can go out wide and defend in the left. Where Zuma is not.
It's not real.
I get that, but I'm saying this is what the team's gonna be.
Defenders, the 3 best defenders.
Tierney is one of them, bro.
Dave, if you're going for 3 best defenders, I ain't capping. Tierney's one of them. So
no, he's not.
Thank you.
He actually,
David, leave him. We'll just have it. We'll have it.
You know what? Fine. Take Tierney. Have 4 all 4. Bad man.
That is the team That's the real team. There we go. Basically, Chelsea fans got to be confident here. So we're going to go now and do score predictions. We're going to go through the team. Elite, what you saying, bro? What's the score going to be?
I've said this before and I say it again. Arsenal judge to come through. You heard it here first. Reverse of Baku, fam. 4-1. Let's go.
Ooh, 4-1 Arsenal. Ooh. Samuel, what you saying?
Do you know what I'm saying? I'm basically saying since Chelsea have had that 3 as their logo on their shirt, somebody's holding 3 in this game. So I'm going to say 3-1 Chelsea.
Igal, what you saying, brother?
3 network for Arsenal. 3-1.
3-1 to Arsenal. Samuel?
3-1 Arsenal.
Copycat. Hello, good morning. What you saying, bro?
2-1 to Chelsea.
2-1 to Chelsea. Our Queen Neat, what you saying?
I'm so sorry, but I just don't understand where everyone's getting 4s and 3s from. What is that? It doesn't make any logical.
I'm going off illogical sense. I'm going off juju. That's what I'm going off, fam.
No, that's not in the game this time around. I'm telling you that for free. I'm saying 2-1 Chelsea, but none of that 3 and 4 nonsense. Please, you guys need to stop it.
You forgot about West Ham and Sheffield.
I go with the same 2-1. Chelsea loves the 2-1. They love the 2-1.
You forgot your defense is not that great either. You lost to Sheffield United 3. What was it? 3-1 or 3-0? I forget.
You're 8th
and
place.
You also lost to West Ham. You're not good either.
Manchester City 3-0.
The Champions League 4-1.
Anita, Real Madrid.
Somebody's holding 3 goals. That's what I'm saying.
Hazard's in Real Madrid. Let's be honest.
Arsenal cannot banter us. You finished 8th. Okay,
you're saying. Bro, I was just making an observation. You got triggered. I'm sorry.
You're saying that this is like the worst season ever, and like we still finished above you. Even your.
Bro, it's not the worst season. You finished
Hold on.
I just said the scoreline to the West Ham game and the Sheffield United game, and someone got mad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, can we go back to score predictions before we get into another scrap, please?
David, what's your prediction, bro? What's your prediction?
I'm going with the 3 on the kit. 3-1 Chelsea.
Ooh. Adam, Charles, what's the score gonna be?
3-2 Arsenal, bro.
And I'm gonna throw mine out there. I'm gonna go 2-1 Arsenal. I've got this horrible little feeling they're gonna do it, and then I hope they do. And then gas themselves up, think they're back, think they're making the top 4, and then this time next year, crying, Arteta, good enough. I've had enough property. That's what we're
Don't worry. Agent Luiz has been planted. Don't worry, man.
There we go. Listen, make sure you're all tuning in after the game tomorrow. We'll be going live with most of these people, I'm sure.
I promise you, if we win, I'll be the first person here on my life. I'll be the first person. I don't want to see none of you Arsenal fans' faces.
Anita, and if you lose, I want you to be the first person here as well. Keep that same energy.
If I lose, honestly, no, like levels. If I lose, you're not gonna find me. I promise you. I'm gonna beat you. Will not find me. I've said to you. Thank you.
Don't worry. We're gonna find you.
No. I promise you won't. I'll change my number. Everything. Terry, I'll give you my number.
Yo, you guys know.
I've got a decent number. I'm not going to give it to none of you. Trust, it's all good. Listen, everyone who's tuning in, thank you. Please hit the like button, share button, retweet button. Please subscribe to the Football Terrace. Big FA Cup final tomorrow. We're doing a full watch along, full match reaction to it. Make sure you're tuning into the Football Terrace. Tomorrow we're going live from about, is it 5:30 kickoff? So we're going live from around 4:15, 4:30 tomorrow. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again soon.